Welcome back to How to Sleep Like a Baby at Night. My name is Vulcan and tonight I have two stories prepared for you. One is about a lion. Yes, you might have surmised it from the beginning of this video. Yes, our first story is about a lion and his sleep challenges tonight. And the other one is a personal story about me, about how my sleep became how I kind of became like a vampire due to insomnia. There was one big mistake that I made that caused me a lot of bad sleepless nights that I want to share with you so that you avoid all that shit and instead you have normal peaceful night and you sleep like a baby or like a baby lion, because our first story begins with one of Aesop's lions. So are you ready? Are you prepared to get started? I hope you are. We have big things coming up for tonight and for the next month also, but I don't want to reveal that too soon. We'll get to that a little bit later. So let's get started with tonight's story. Once upon a time, there was a lion sleeping in the jungle. And if you've watched our previous episodes from last time, you already kind of have an idea who that lion was. That lion is Aesop's lion, and last time we saw him, there was an evil gnat that was trying to keep him awake. How awful is that? Imagine as you were trying to fall asleep, there was a gnat, which is basically a fly trying to keep you awake, landing on you, buzzing around in the room. Now that's what the lion was facing, and he did one small little thing that managed to get that gnat away without him doing anything. And now tonight, or to this morning, I am glad to report that a lion is waking up refreshed after 8 hours of good sleep. And tonight in this episode, he's going to be faced off with another challenge, another sleep challenge that following night. But before we get there, it's the morning. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the lion is getting up, and everything is good in the world. And not only that, as the lion is waking up, he also notices a little white furball something weird. A little white furball jumping around behind some bushes. Should I have something like that, I believe? Yeah, give me a moment. So a lion, he notices this white furball just jumping behind some bushes. And as he does, he thinks, what is that? Is that a zebra? Is that a big, juicy white hare? Hare, which is another word for a rabbit. So he gets up, and as he stalks the prey in the distance, just jumping and jumping and jumping, he pounces on it, he catches it with his giant lion's claws. And what do you think he catches in his claws? Comment down below. Actually, you don't need to comment down below. I'm gonna tell you right now. He catches this. As he opens his paws to see what he caught, he's a little bit disappointed because it's not a zebra, it's not a hare, it's just the tiniest, smallest little mouse inside his paws. And he, the lion, disappointed, he thinks, well, at least this is gonna make a nice breakfast. And as he opens his mouth to inject that mouse into his head or into his mouth, the mouse quickly starts pleading for his life, and he says something that shocks the lion. The mouse says, I know that last night you were having trouble sleeping. If you ever have trouble sleeping again, just call me and I'm gonna help you. If you don't eat me, I am gonna help you with your sleep. That's what the mouse told the lion. Now that is weird, isn't it? A mouse telling a lion he can help him with his sleep. How can a little mouse help you with your sleep? That is ridiculous, and that's what the lion thought at first. But then He was actually an open-headed lion. What's an open-headed lion? Well, imagine you could take your head, put your fingers on your forehead and slide them back and open your head and put an idea inside your head. Well, that's what the lion did. He took that idea that a mouse could help him with his sleep if he ever needed help, like last time with that evil gnat. So he thought, well, maybe that mouse, maybe he could help me. I definitely don't want to have another bad night like last time, so okay, I'm gonna entertain this idea. So he put it in his head, not the mouse, but the idea that the mouse could help him with his sleep. Put that idea inside his head, he closed his lion's head, and he released the mouse. After that, the lion rose up. Now he needed to find something else to eat for breakfast. So he looked around the jungle and he was quite surprised to notice just a few minutes later the rich aroma of the juicy beefsteak. Do you like beefsteak? I definitely love beefsteak, and the lion, I'm pretty sure he loved beefsteak as well. So as he noticed a nice rich aroma of beefsteak, he went in that direction and he saw this juicy tender snake just on a nice china plate waiting for somebody to eat it. He looked around, there was nobody around. So as he pounced on the little mouse, he also pounced on that juicy beefsteak, and as soon as he did, what do you think happened? Do you think that there was just a free beefsteak, juicy, meaty beefsteak just laying there in the jungle? Of course not. This was a trap set by a lion hunter who was looking for a lion rug to put in front of his fireplace, and that is why as soon as the lion jumped on the juicy beefsteak, the trap set off and rope started circling all around the lion, entrapping him. Now the lion was caught. Thankfully, the hunter was miles away, but the lion was caught. He was trying to free himself off of the ropes, but he could not. And that day, the sun went down and the moon rose up, and the lion, after hours and hours of trying to free himself, now he thought to himself, well, let's go to sleep. I'm gonna try again next morning, right? But as he closed his giant lion's eyes, he found himself uncomfortable with all these ropes around his lion's body, and also there was this bright-ass moon shining its light right on top of him. He could not put on a mask or black curtains on his window to block all the lights, so he was kind of forced to sleep in the light. And he found very, very quickly that was challenging. Not only did he did not have a bed, he did not have a blanket, he could not just stretch comfortably, but also he had that giant ass moon shining on his face, keeping him awake. So now the lion had a choice. He would either keep trying to free himself by himself, or he would call the mouse and get him to help him. So what do you think the lion did? Well, before I tell you what he did, and even if the mouse came, how could he help him? Well, before we find that out, I want to share with you one thing about my sleep that relates to being uncomfortable during the night and having a light interfere with my sleep, because there is one mistake that I did with my own sleep challenges that I think is going to be very beneficial for you as well. So, is it okay that I reveal that? It is? Fantastic. This happened back in my Walter White days when I was a chemist back in high school. Here, most people don't know this about Scandinavia, but in the summer, the sun starts rising already at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. That's right, or actually I'm over exaggerating. It's more like in July. It's more like 4:15 a.m. The sun starts rising up, and in the summertime, what I wanted to do is sleep until 8 or 9 or even 10 o'clock. That's what I wanted back in my Walter White days. But with the sun coming up 4:15 in the morning, can you see how that's kind of an issue? It's sun rays coming through the window and waking me up. Yeah, that was an issue. So what did I do? I bought some black curtains and I tried to tape them. The problem was this. I am not a handyman. You give me a hammer, you want to put a picture on your wall, you give me a hammer, you give me a nail, I'm going to put that hammer through your wall. I'm going to make a wall. I'm going to make another wall through your wall, or another hole through your wall. You have sleep problems, I can help you with that. You need hammer work, handyman work, I cannot help you with that. So, but back in my Walter White days when I was a chemist, I was thinking I was too cool for school. I don't need to call a handyman. I'm gonna do this myself, which is kind of probably what the lion was thinking in that situation, wrapped around all those ropes. He was thinking, I'm gonna do this myself. That's why he wasn't calling on the mouse. And what did I do? Well, I specifically, because I couldn't, for the life of me, use a hammer, I tried to kind of use a tape and tape the curtain on the windowsill to block all the light rays away. And do you think that worked? No, it did not. That following morning, sun rays were creeping in still, keeping me awake. The next morning, though, I did not give up still. I would not call anyone for help. Instead, what I did was this. I took black sheets of paper. I taped them right on the windowsill. Tried to cover it as much as I could. Then I put the black curtain again on top of all that. So we had the black window. We had the window with the black sheets and then a black curtain kind of taped around it. Now it was much better. I thought, I'm gonna sleep for sure. I went to bed the following night. I rested, and as soon as 4:15 came up, what do you think happened? A single ray of light managed to somehow creep through the window and through my double barricade, and it landed right on my face, waking me up. And then I decided, fuck it. I opened my mind to the idea that, hey, maybe I'm not a handyman, maybe that's not my thing, maybe I'm meant for something else to be an expert at. So I took up the phone, I called a handyman, and that same day we put on some curtains, or he put on some curtains. I helped him just a little bit with his work, and that night, finally, I had a normal, restful sleep, and I realized, hey, if you can't fix it, pick up the phone and call somebody. That's the easiest, fastest way to avoid bad things like a bad sleep. And I think it's really interesting how the most successful, richest, and smartest people on the planet, they all seem to do that as well. Like, take Warren Buffett, for example. When he was playing bridge against Bill Gates, and Warren Buffett wanted to kick Bill Gates' ass at bridge, Warren Buffett was failing every single game. He was losing to Bill Gates. So what do you think Warren Buffett did? Well, Warren Buffett, he was open-minded to the idea that, hey, maybe he can't fix this thing himself, so instead, he can fix it. He took the phone, he called an expert at bridge who helped him and coached him to become an amazing bridge player. So that's what Warren Buffett did, and as soon as he did, the next game that he played against Bill Gates, what do you think happened then? That is when Warren Buffett kicked the ass of Bill Gates at bridge. And he's been doing so over and over and over again. That's what the smartest, wisest people do. That's what the Oracle, the Wizard of Omaha, they don't call him the wizard, the smartest man around for nothing. He's open-headed and he knows when. I think, to me, why is that? Why do all the rich and most successful seem to always just pick up the phone and call somebody? I think it's because they know they are an expert at one thing. They're typically very, very good at this one thing that they've devoted their life to. Like Warren Buffett is all about investing, and if they ever need to be good at anything else, they just call somebody up. So it's really interesting how that works to me. Anyway, going back to the lion, he knew himself to be an expert at catching zebras and antelopes and rabbits in the forest, but hey, when it came to removing ropes from himself, he was not an expert at that. So he decided, hey, I'm gonna be open-minded at that one small little white mouse that maybe can help me. So that's what he did. He took his smartphone, he called up the mouse, and he told the mouse, hey, I need some help. And as soon as he did, the mouse came over to the lion, saw what was going on. He chewed up the ropes that were circling the lion, and the lion, taking a deep breath, he could breathe free up once again. He thanked the mouse, and then he went to sleep that night, able to finally stretch. I'm gonna stretch myself. Oh, so it's nice to stretch, isn't it? I stretch every single morning, by the way. But going back to the lion, he stretched nicely, and he making himself comfortable right there. He went below a tree, below the shadow of a tree, to protect himself against the annoying moon rays that were keeping him awake. And as he did, he closed his big lion's eyes and he went to sleep. Now you may wonder, did the lion sleep well that night? Well, I am a little bit, should I tell you? Should I not? Well, okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a preview about our next episode. Shall I? Would you like that? You would. Okay, let me just check, or actually I just remember when's our next episode. In Aesop's Fables, coming up January 12th on Sunday, so that's 7 days from now. We have the lion coming back, and not just the lion, but a new character, and this new character is a donkey. That donkey is going to propose the lion to go hunting together. That's right, you heard correctly. A donkey is going to propose a land to go hunting together. And the donkey is also going to cause bad sleep to some other characters in the forest. So, it's gonna be a weird episode. Make sure you tune in January 12th for that, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you get notified as soon as that happens, so you don't miss all the excitement. And also, next month I have some big things planned, but I don't wanna reveal that yet. To make sure you stay tuned with all the things I have coming up. That's why you might wanna click that bell down below. And with that said, I think this is it. I think it's time for me to wish you a good night tonight. And by the way, yes, I almost forgot to ask you this. What do you think about me kind of changing these locations? At first, I used to film most of these episodes back with all these books behind my back, which I kind of enjoy, but I'm kind of curious, what do you think? Is it a little bit more engaging, more interesting to film these episodes in different locations? Would you like me to film in just one location instead? Let me know, comment down below. And I kind of doubt that filming at just one location, that's something that you do want, but hey, I want to hear from you. I'm filming these episodes not for myself, but I'm filming them for you after all, so that is that. My name is Vulcan, and you I wish again a